Really hot summer league, but here we are doing NBA scrimmages before it starts for real on Thursday.
I'm so excited to be here. Billy Mackey feels like I'm here for the NBA Finals. So good to have basketball back.
And for the Lakers, they're coming off of a nice showing the other afternoon in scrimmage number 2. And Washington with the first possession, and underneath, up and in it goes. That's Troy Brown. Is protecting the rim. Again, this is one of 3 venues being utilized. The second block by JaVale.
JaVale McGee's the type of player who can give you that kind of play in spurts. He just very explosive for a big man.
He's 11th currently in the NBA in blocks, and Markieff Morris has the first.
So that's why coaches love him on the floor, because he plays such a heady game. Great block there by JaVale McGee. Another great response there by JaVale McGee, looking like a young. That's
by the Magic the other morning.
It's because the referees were over officiating. You know, let the guys play. That's why I love international basketball. They don't call every little bit of contact. Too many fouls, and depending with their hands too much, and too many turnovers. Yeah, they won the game, but who cares? But they got to get that cleaned up before Thursday night against the Clippers.
Danny Green, different franchises, won a title with Toronto last year. He will be so valuable for this team and their makeup once playoff time comes around in a couple of weeks. Again, the 8-game, quote, end of the regular season will begin.
Boy, he's going to get a lot more minutes because this outside shot is pretty good.
Yeah, he was the top. Trying to lead. Caruso got in the lane, stole it away. Turnover by Shabazz Napier, and it's Caruso going to be going to the line.
Good anticipation by Caruso. He's pulling up here wearing the number 4 jersey. Byron Scott used to wear that jersey. Look at him. He shoot the ball from the outside like he's Byron Scott. Byron was a great shooter. Caruso, like I said, has the potential to be a 40% mid 40% three-point shooter if he puts up enough attempts.
You know, when you look at the Lakers stats before we get things going again on Thursday night, they are near the top in so many different categories. One category that they're not, free throw shooting, still in the bottom 3 in the NBA.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of shooters on this team, so that's kind of surprising.
Boy, tipped up and in, and followed up and in by Keith Markieff. I'm going to get into what you would be doing down in the bubble a little bit later on.
I'll give you my schedule.
Of course you will. Here's a good work by Morris.
Look at that. He's battling inside against AC Green. Remember when AC Green stood up for Showtime and Kurt Rambis? That's how they used to make their money. That's what Markieff can
not put a number on. Was really off the charts for this team.
Yeah, this team is loaded with veterans, smart guys. Alex Caruso does a great job there going to the basket, showing his quickness, his explosiveness. Also that first step looking like Kyrie Irving getting around his defender.
So
but these guys know how to play together, man. They're all a bunch of smart guys. High basketball IQ on this team. It reminds me of James Worthy, how they just grasp concepts quickly.
Caruso going to the free throw line. We wouldn't have a telecast if Mike Trudell wasn't with us. We have to have Mike with us, and he is, and he's joined us in his own little green room. Everybody wants Thompson and Trudell back together, and here's an opportunity to do that. What about, Michael, are you there? What about the rotations for today?
Hi, guys. It's great to hear your voices. Got to say, I missed you, Billy and Michael. So, yeah, injury standpoint, AD, of course, got poked in the eye, and Frank Vogel said that he may have held him out anyway just to make sure that is okay, but doesn't seem to be anything beyond that. And then Kuz had a bit of an ankle tweak. He's not playing. Dwight Howard, a bit of knee soreness, and then LeBron just getting some rest as they get prepped for these seeding games. Come in and do some additional secondary ball handling. That's something that they want to make sure they see in certain aspects and with different sets here.
Kind of an interesting note that you can follow up on. When you look who's not playing today without AD, LeBron, and Kuz, leading scorer out there on the floor right now or on the team available is KCP, averaging.
Let's move forward with Avery Bradley not being there. The offense, Michael, was better when KCP was in there. They made a big jump during that November stretch after Bradley went down with that hairline fracture. So definitely it's going to be really significant to see KCP on that end. And look, he plays a pretty good defense too, so he's going to be very important.
No question about it. KCP, when he gets his shot going, boy, that definitely inspires him to play even better defense. He can turn to Avery Bradley out there harassing and hounding the dribblers. So he has the capability of having big nights for the Lakers.
Caruso living at the free throw line here in quarter number 1. Again, the quarters are back to 12-minute quarters. Remember, right at the start of the scrimmages, they were 10 minutes, kind of like Summer League, but wonders he and Dwight Howard, what a great compliment. Cutting to the basket and getting the feed, but missing the shot. Caruso thought he should have been back on the line. We go the other way quickly. Reverse layup is good. look at any kind of number of equation that you want. Decent on offense, but again, they have been injury riddled and missing their top 3 scores. Good ball fake. Napier on its way, and it's down for 3.
On that nice little running hook. That's just how Kareem used to throw him up there back in the 80s.
We've been calling him Kareem Abdul-Magee much of the year.
I like that.
Yeah. Teammates, fans, so have we. Caruso, little no-look down the middle. Morris trying to throw it down, and he gets fouled.
It's the whistle. Let's see. Let's look at this replay here. See if Bryant did get a clean. Oh, that's a great block. Oh, these referees drive me crazy on these blocks. They just anticipate some kind of contact. Look at that. Would you see any contact there? That was a great block. Looked like Rudy Gobert at the time protecting the basket.
You know, speaking of blocks, the Lakers lead the NBA in blocks, and they've had the fewest shots blocked in the league.
It's interesting. I never heard that stat before. The fewest shots blocked.
Yeah. So Mo Wagner, I don't know if he would appreciate it, but the former Laker.
The greatest comedy team in history, the Three Stooges. Can you name any comedy
pick of the Lakers? And he enjoyed his time here in Los Angeles and played well, too.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
This is L.A. playing for the Lakers. Can ask for a better situation than that.
Dudley's into the game for the Lakers, wearing their Sunday whites here on this Monday afternoon. Pass right into the hands of KCP. Here come the Lakers. 2-on-1. Danny Green rides it up and rides it in. And the Lakers are on top 19-17.
Lakers playing good team defense. Look at another steal by Caruso.
And a good outlet for KCP. Lays it up and in.
Look like Patrick Mahomes with that KCP finishing that play. He's like a wide receiver.
Throughout the season, the moment that they all got together, that they've really been enjoying it amongst themselves. Can't really speak to any other teams, but these guys love being together. It's not a cliquey group, as you see a corner 3 there from Bonga. So like that's the thing that's really been prevailing, and you wonder, as Green tries to counter it, he does, Billy. They have such...
Now had a couple of nice dishes in the last scrimmage.
You know, guys like J.R. Smith can play basketball forever because shooting is like riding a bike. And he's a shooter. If that's something you can do, you always...
It's J.R. Smith, Antetokounmpo, and Cook for Los Angeles. Going baseline is Waiters. He'll come back out the other side.
That's Curly Neal impersonation, all that dribbling.
Over Wagner for 2. So Waiters has his first
2 games. So he's 50%. I'd say he's shooting very well.
To say that he had a rocky ride with Miami is an understatement this year. With the left, Waiters has control of it. Again, it's bubble cheese now, not Philly cheese. If you're going to go nicknames, Jared Dudley told that to Michael Trudell the other day. J.R. swish from deep.
Wow.
Dudley, who hasn't scored in a regular game for the Lakers since January, gives it up to Cook, goes in amongst the trees and scores.
Quinn Cook does a good job finishing in
End of Dudley, and it goes to Smith, and they will reset. Smith tries to navigate and negotiate. JR's got control of it.
Pull up, JR. Pull up.
He might just do that.
I'm surprised he didn't just drill right into a 3.
He is open when he gets in the gym. Yeah. This is one of 3 sites that they are utilizing at the Walt Disney World Wide World of Sports. Been there. It's a great facility. Of all the games, all 8 games here on Spectrum Sportsnet. Hopefully Stu will be with us. JR again.
Little heat check there. Why not? I'll have a little fun.
Let it fly.
That's right.
Lakers up by 7 in a high-scoring first quarter. Boy, he has all the chops to broadcast, doesn't he?
Definitely. He probably big broadcast. He's very well-spoken.
Yeah, and he's
good personality.
He's making himself available to as much media as possible. Is Mike Trudell with us? Michael, are you there?
Oh, I'm here.
How did that go with Jared Dudley? He is so much fun to talk to, isn't he?
Oh, he's great. Look, I don't know if there's been somebody that's been that good at just being interesting from a personality. It's so important, Michael, to have a vet on the end of the bench that isn't going to complain about playing time like that.
Of course, every team needs someone like that, whether you're a lottery team or an NBA championship caliber team. Everybody needs a...
Time for one final shot for the Wiz. On its way. Oh, silly foul by the Lakers. We'll get 3 free throws for Jerome Robinson with just 1.3 remaining.
I like that kid. He was with the Clippers last year, got traded over to the Wizards. He's got some ability. Just didn't have any playing time for him with the Clippers because they're so deep on the perimeter. But Jerome Robinson's got some skills. But this is kind of a silly foul with Dion Waiters. You don't jump towards the shooter that way. You got to jump sideways so you don't fall and land into his landing area.
Jerome, just 23 years of age, averaging 10 and 2.5 rebounds during the 2 scrimmages, acquired back on February 6th in a 3-team deal. Had a season-high 14 points against the Hawks back on the 6th of March. Washington, again, I mentioned, they have an outside shot of getting in.
But they don't.